Welcome, friends, to Travel the World. I'm Navdeep, your guide to, well, you get it. This is about the everyday magic of two totally different worlds colliding. Today, we're going head-to-head with two heavyweights, India and the USA. These two cultures have been mixing it up for centuries, trading spices for stories, Bollywood beats for hip-hop swagger. We're diving deep into the heart of these countries, from the Taj Mahal's heartbreaking beauty to the Grand Canyon's raw majesty. We're talking fiery vindaloo curries and artery-clogging cheeseburgers, ancient rituals and cutting-edge art. Let's go. The Taj Mahal, man. It's not just some UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's a monument to loss so profound it transcends language, religion, even time. Shah Jahan, heartbroken after the death of his beloved wife, Mumtaz Mahal, builds her a tomb. A structure so breathtaking it became a beacon of love for all eternity. 22 years, thousands of artisans, and a whole lot of white marble later, the Taj Mahal was born. But here's the thing, it's best experienced at dawn. As the sun rises over the Yamuna River, bathing the white marble in a soft, ethereal glow. It's a poem in stone, a testament to the enduring power of human connection. Goa, man. It's where India lets its hair down, kicks off its sandals, and dives headfirst into a cocktail of sun, sand, and hedonism. This tiny state on India's west coast was once a Portuguese colony, and that legacy lingers in the air, a spicy blend of European charm and Indian chaos. You see it in the crumbling colonial architecture, the aroma of vindaloo curries wafting from beach shacks, and the laid-back vibe that permeates everything. You can spend your days lazing on pristine beaches, sipping kingfisher beers as the Arabian Sea laps at your feet. Or you can dive into the vibrant markets, haggling for spices, sarongs, and silver jewelry. Come nightfall, the party kicks into high gear. But Goa is more than just a party destination. Jaipur. They call it the Pink City. And no, it's not some Instagram filter gone wild. Back in 1876, they painted the whole city pink for a royal visit. Talk about rolling out the red carpet, right? But this city is more than just a pretty facade. Jaipur is a sensory explosion, a kaleidoscope of colors, sounds, and smells. From the moment you step into the bazaars, you're hit with the scent of spices and the shouts of vendors. A city steeped in history, ruled by Rajput kings who knew grandeur. Their legacy lives on in the majestic forts, each a testament to warriors and emperors. Take the Amber Fort, for instance. Okay, forget your bustling cities and your crowded beaches for a minute. Let's talk about Kerala, the backwaters of southern India. Imagine this, a network of canals, lagoons, and lakes stretching over 900 kilometers, all fringed by swaying palm trees, emerald green rice paddies, and villages where life moves at the pace of a water buffalo. Imagine yourself gliding along the backwaters in a traditional houseboat, a ketuvalam, its thatched roof and wooden hull whispering stories of a bygone era. The air is thick with the scent of jasmine and wood smoke, the silence broken only by the gentle lapping of water against the boat and the calls of exotic birds. This is a place where time seems to stand still. Delhi, my friends, is a city that assaults your senses. It's a chaotic symphony of honking horns, bustling crowds, and a cloud of smog that hangs heavy in the air. But beneath the grit and grime lies a heart of gold, a soul that reveals itself through its food. Forget your Michelin-starred restaurants and your fancy tasting menus. In Delhi, the real culinary action happens on the streets. We're talking about hole-in-the-wall stalls, makeshift carts, and street vendors who've been dishing out the same recipes for generations. This is food that's meant to be eaten with your hands, standing up, the flavors exploding in your mouth like fireworks. We're talking about crispy samosas oozing with spicy potato and peas, tangy chaat papri piled high with yogurt, chutney, and seav, and parathas stuffed with everything from potatoes and cauliflower to paneer and minced meat. But Delhi's street food is more than just a cheap eat. All right, let's hop over to the good old US of A, where nature plays on a different scale. I'm talking about the Grand Canyon, a place that could make even the most jaded traveler feel like a tiny speck of dust in the face of eternity. Forget your selfie sticks and your souvenir shops. This ain't Disneyland. This is raw, untamed beauty that punches you right in the gut. You stand there, on the rim of this vast chasm, and you feel a sense of awe that's almost spiritual. The Colorado River, a silver ribbon snaking its way through the canyon floor, has been carving this masterpiece for millions of years, layer by layer, exposing eons of geological history. It's a sight that'll make you question your place in the universe. But here's the thing about the Grand Canyon. It's best experienced in silence. New York City, the Big Apple, the city that never sleeps. Yeah, it's a cliche, I know. But cliches become cliches for a reason, right? This concrete jungle is a force of nature, a swirling vortex of energy, ambition, and attitude that sucks you in and spits you out, leaving you exhilarated and exhausted in equal measure. Forget your meditation retreats and your yoga studios. This city is a 24/7 sensory overload. We're talking about honking cabs, screeching subways, a symphony of sirens that provides the soundtrack to your life. But that energy is intoxicating. It's what draws dreamers and hustlers from all over the world, all chasing a piece of the Big Apple's pie. Let's hit the road, folks. We're heading to Yellowstone National Park, a place where Mother Nature throws a middle finger to the concrete jungle. Forget your skyscrapers and your traffic jams. This is a different kind of Wild West. We're talking about a sprawling wilderness of geysers erupting from the earth, bison roaming free, and landscapes that look like they were plucked straight out of a sci-fi movie. You can hike through forests teeming with wildlife, camp under a sky ablaze with stars, and soak in natural hot springs while the steam rises around you. It's enough to make you forget about the stress of everyday life. But Yellowstone is also a reminder of the raw power of nature. It's a reminder that we're not always in control. San Francisco, the Golden Gate City. A place where the fog rolls in like a metaphor, obscuring the lines between reality and dreams. This city, perched on the edge of the continent, is a haven for artists, dreamers, and anyone who's ever felt like they didn't quite fit in. Forget your Wall Street suits and your corporate ladders. This city marches to the beat of its own drum. We're talking about a place where tie-dye shirts are still in fashion, where you can find a drum circle in the park on a Tuesday afternoon, and where the smell of weed wafts through the air like a siren song. San Francisco is a city of contrasts, but beneath the surface, San Francisco is still a city of hope. New Orleans, the Big Easy, a city that lives and breathes music, where the rhythm gets into your bones and stays there long after you've left. This ain't your Disney-fied version of history, folks. This is a city with a soul steeped in voodoo, haunted by ghosts of its past, and fueled by a love of life that's impossible to resist. Forget your fancy concert halls and your overpriced cocktails. In New Orleans, the music spills out onto the streets. We're talking about brass bands marching through the French Quarter, jazz musicians jamming in Jackson Square, and second-line parades that wind their way through the neighborhoods, a celebration of life and death and everything in between. This city has seen its fair share of hardship, from Hurricane Katrina to the legacy of slavery and segregation. But the people of New Orleans are resilient. So there you have it, folks. 2 countries, 2 continents, 2 completely different ways of life. We've explored ancient temples and soaring skyscrapers, tasted fiery curries and juicy burgers, felt the pulse of bustling cities and the tranquility of ancient backwaters. Look, I'm not gonna lie, Choosing between India and the USA is like trying to pick a favorite child. They're both messy, they're both beautiful, and they both have a way of getting under your skin and staying there long after you've left. So get out there, explore, discover.